Connor had the one kind of, I'd say it's a funny hiccup in his D zone there, but he got the puck back and put it in the other net. So it was great. I thought those guys finished some plays. I thought Taylor and Nick had a couple good chances at the net, and I thought it was a good start, and looking forward to seeing more of it.
How much do you see even maybe at Connor's comfort level just on a daily basis with just the NHL life altogether?
I think he's just so driven to be on the ice. Once he gets on the ice, he's comfortable, and I think that's a lot of questions. Probably followed him everywhere he's gone, and he's always risen to the occasion because I think he probably feels most comfortable on the ice and playing. And you can see him when he doesn't have the puck. He looks very heads up and aware and looking around. Very intelligent player, and then when he gets the puck, he's very dynamic. So that's what he loves to do. So I think just making sure. At the NHL level, he just continues to excel when he has the puck, and it's the time when there's a breakdown or he can make his quick move and attack, and when he knows that it's got to be maybe an area where he's got to make a safer play and the right play at the NHL, because there's going to be a lot of players like him that can make him pay if he tries to do too much at the wrong time. So that's just going to be him getting a chance to play games and learn, but he's definitely exciting to watch for sure. Maybe his confidence level of making quicker decision making. I think obviously even from the American League to here, there's more structure, so there's not a lot of room. There's not a lot of less breakdowns. So I think him shooting that puck today, and then he had another chance to shoot the puck, and I think it just went off the toe of his stick or something. But I like his thought process of shooting the puck when his stick is on the inside, and he can have a good chance at the net. So I think he knows. His responsibilities defensively. He's got to play just as hard defensively as he does offensively, and he was battling out today in the D zone, and we stopped one with his group, and we talked it over a little bit, and he was much better in the second rep. So he's really taken this chance to heart and making the most of it. So it's good to see.
That's one of the hardest things to do with a young guy, right? Is teach him to just.
Well, I think when there's expectations offensively, I think they always want to lean to the offense and maybe skate by and hope someone gets that puck out. I think realizing in this league that he's got the explosive speed that he can go from 0 to 60 as fast as anybody. So I think he needs to maybe put the brakes on sometimes in the D zone and make the right play, and then be a little bit of patience there. And then when we do get the puck, then they'll make something happen. That line right now with the speed they have, they don't need to cheat on the offense. They just have to play responsible defensively and get the puck, and it's going to be hard for teams to get it back from them.
Do you think that Reichel, with that type of mentality, can benefit all the guys on that line? Because at MSU and Khrushchev, you mentioned before, you want to see more of a shoot-first mentality from them.
Yeah, no, all of them, and I think the key is who is in that prime shooting area. I think with their speed, sometimes you have to carry it out of the prime shooting area to draw defenders out, and then they have the skill to make the play to the inside, like we saw pretty much all camp. And when Reichel gets into that area like he did today and he pulls the trigger, I think they all have the ability to do that. And it's going to be maybe a different guy every time down the ice. And that's good because, defensemen and defending teams won't be able to just key on the one guy that's the big shooter on the line that, when Ovechkin's coming down with Backstrom, you know who's shooting the puck. Right, and you're gonna lean that way, but you have these three coming down. If they all show some shooter mentality early in the year, it's going to really back people off, and that gives people with speed more room and they become more dangerous.
And it was Kevin D doing some stuff with Korchinski afterwards, giving him some one-on-one feedback. What did you see from him, and do you know what that conversation was about?
Yeah, no, just about completing his whole game and working on it, and we know he's a good skater, and I think playing defense sometimes he has to put the brakes on a little bit, just like we were talking about a centerman in Reichel, like in the D zone. And I think when he comes around the net, his glide is so good, and he makes the pass up. Sometimes the forward's got to make a pass back. He can't go out that strong side, and he's got to be ready for that. Sometimes his speed takes him right into that, and then there's a bit of a cluster there and a scramble. So I think just being aware when he doesn't have the puck, so when he gets the puck, he's in a better position to make something happen.
I know we talked the other day about young players being more vocal out there. Is Kaiser an example of a young player who's setting the tone as far as that vocal part that you want to see out there?
Yeah, and I think last year at the end of the year helped him. His first couple games maybe he wasn't, but coming into the rookie camp, he was a leader in that and very vocal on the ice. You could hear him taking charge, and he's been very comfortable to do it here. So I think that little bit at the end of the year helped him. And, maybe the other guys seeing him do that should help as well. That kind of brings everybody along with you. So that's good leadership qualities for sure.
Connor and Lucas stood out to the naked eye, but as a coach, what are you looking for in a scrimmage like this, even from the others as well?
Just kind of, grabbing the details is a good word for that, out of everybody. And I think we kind of went back and did a little more D-zone today, and there were some great questions. And I go, this is the time of year to have great questions. So it's not 2 months from now, right? And you're thinking about it the whole time. Let's get it out now and work on it. And I thought as we went along today, some got better, and then there's some were still kind of gray areas that we have to work on it more. And that just lets us know we have to work on it a little more, pull some more video out. And we have the luxury, we have a little bit of video from practice the other day that we watched, and we'll look at it again today and see if we can pinpoint a consistent problem. And then we want to make sure we get rid of that. Hockey's fast. There is always going to be a breakdown, or maybe a younger player out there that's afraid to take out a veteran in a drill, and then it continues on in the D zone and it doesn't look great. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a consistent problem that maybe our lineup isn't built for that. And that's what we made an alteration in our D zone last year because of that. And I thought we were way more comfortable and better the second half of the year. And that's where we're going to start off with, but we got to still make sure that our lineup fits that mold.
Did you see any overall improvement in any areas from last year, like team speed overall?
Well, definitely, like the speed is noticeable out there. And, I think even one kind of set breakout, we did our right routes. I thought Seth maybe should have hit Hall through the middle on the first session on this side. And I asked Hall about that, if he wanted that. He goes, yeah, I probably thought he should have hit me too. So, just I think for RD to get used to the speed up front and moving the puck a little quicker. When we did that last year, we were a really good team and dangerous team, and I think we have to make sure that we continue to build on that. And as we build more speed with the team, it's going to work really well. So we'll look for it.
Have you noticed any difference in the last 6 so far?
Yeah, he looks confident and skating well. I'd like to see him get a little more vocal on the ice, like Pat was talking about. But I think that's the comfort zone that the player, the longer they're here, they will get more comfortable. And the more we, encourage them to be vocal out there, they're going to realize how much easier their game's going to be when you're talking and helping each other out. And sometimes when you're talking to a teammate on the ice, telling them what to do or where to go, it also reminds you to where you are on the ice and what you're doing.
It looked like you got kind of picked up.
Yeah, I think Seth just clipped him quick with a stick, but he was fine. He came back out and looked like a hockey player.
I know you don't work too much with the goalies, but Soderblom kind of overcame some adversity last year. He had some tough games up here and in the winter in Rockford, and then down the stretch he was awesome for them. Do you notice him getting more mature, more confident as he comes in this year?
Yeah, and I thought he was, handled everything really well last year. When his last game wasn't the greatest up with us as a team, and for him, I think there was 6 or 7 goals went in that night. And when we talked to him about going down and resetting and having a good finish to the year, he was not phased. I think it took him a little while to kind of just reset to the American League level down there, but he seems very composed and nothing bothers him. He was probably up last year with us for our worst 6 weeks of the year, and we owe him a couple wins from that. He kept us in a lot of games and empty net goal games and tight games, and even maybe an overtime loss there too. That I think, I think he has the ability to make big saves. He made a really nice save. I think he made the save on Nick Foligno, cutting across the crease on a nice line rush in the scrimmage today. So he looks confident. He's a quiet guy, but he's not shy. And he's says hello in the morning, and he has good conversations. He's not a weird goalie that likes to do their own thing and not talk to anybody on the day of a game. I know it's not a real game today, but he's right in there. He talks with the guys, and I think more importantly for him, talking to the defenseman is going to be bigger than him talking to me. I'm happy to talk to him, but I think the guys in front of him that play and they exchange pucks because he can handle the puck pretty well. So I think that's going to be an important adjustment for him up here, is to be just as vocal and loud as the defenseman. We want all those 2 positions. They look up ice the whole game, so they see everything, and we really need them to direct what they see for everybody else to hear and then react. You got to listen too. The forwards and D coming back have to listen to whoever's talking to them as well.
The roster makeup